Lyman Eagles Volleyball is live only on mylocalradio.com. Eagles Volleyball is in session for another action-packed fall season.
I'm gonna hunt you down. Yeah, I ain't playing around. I'ma take your crown. Man, better run, gonna hunt you down.
Carrying you straight through the year and into the state tournament in November. MyLocalRadio.com is here to bring you live video coverage of Lyman Eagles sports. With the opening serve quickly approaching, let's join Jake Hibbard, voice of the Eagles, in the My Local Radio broadcast booth for pregame coverage.
I'm gonna hunt you down. Yeah, I ain't playing around. I'ma take your crown. Man, better run, gonna hunt you down.
Back here at the Rawlins Invitational on mylocalradio.com. It's a consolation semifinal, a loser-out contest here between the Lyman Eagles and the Powell Panthers. The brackets have all been set, and they go as such, with all the quarterfinals just wrapping up with a final three-setter going final just recently. Torrington and Worland were the most recent teams to play, and Worland defeated Torrington in 3 sets. They have advanced on to the consolation final. So the winner of this contest, either Powell or Lyman, will play at 3 p.m. Scheduled time there's no real scheduled time, about 2:30 p.m. maybe, for the consolation championship. Either way, it'll be the contest after the game after this, as we have Powell versus Lyman, and then we have Mountain View versus Douglas on a separate stream, but on the same page on mylocalradio.com. We'll take a break, be back with first set action of Lyman and Powell next on a First Bank presentation of Lyman Eagles Volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Welcome back to Rawlins at the Invitational. Gold bracket action continues. Consolation semifinal between Lyman and Powell happening momentarily. As we said, the quarterfinals have all wrapped up in the gold bracket. Rawlins defeated Powell in 2 straight sets in quick fashion. The first contest of the day, Lyman and Pinedale did battle at 9 o'clock in the second one. Pinedale defeated Lyman 2-0. Mountain View defeated Torrington 2-0. And Douglas beat Worland in a close one, a 3-setter that finished with a 2-1 Douglas set win. So Worland has advanced on to the Consolation Championship, has eliminated Torrington, and either Powell or Lyman will play against Worland at the scheduled 9th match of the day, about 2:30 probably a game time for that one, happening after a 2 matches from now. Up next, we have a semifinal match of Mountain View and Douglas right here, same page, different stream. Again, all the streams will be separate, but all on the same page on mylocalradio.com, that front page that says Mountain View and Lyman at the Rawlins Invitational. That one should still be at the top of your streams as you look. Yes, it is. Okay, just double checking on that one. And then after that, the other semifinal match that we have in the Gold Bracket Championship Series is Rawlins versus Pinedale. So we've got that. I guess it's 2 matches away. So we have do Rawlins versus Pinedale, and then it would be the Consolation Championship match between either Lyman and Powell and Worland. So here we are. Lyman is set up, black jerseys, black shorts to the right of the net, and on the left side, black jerseys, black shorts, but a red writing is Powell. So Lyman is the black team on the right, and the first serve is out of bounds, served up and out by the setter, Brooklyn Walker. That gives a 1-0 lead early on as we welcome you back to Rawlins Invitational Gold Bracket action as Powell gets set to serve. They were taken care of in quick fashion by Rawlins, a team that looks very powerful and maybe as good as anyone in 3A in the state this year. Set up to the outside, and we've got Katie Wells getting her first hit, and it's down and blocked down by Lyman, so we're at 1-1. Let's give you our rotations as we see them as Bryce Hansen sets up to serve for Lyman. Mandy Air up in the front line at outside hitter Kendall Dickerson at middle blocker, and at the right side, Emma Nelson. Brooklyn Walker, the setter, air swinging and hitting out of bounds. And no libero today. No, there is a libero. Raven Heaton comes out. There's no, the regular right side hitter, Sierra Heaton, is out. And we have Charles C. Rose that's seen some time, and Madison Harris, a middle blocker, playing all the way around as well. Outside hit this time by Air. Looked like it was headed out, but fell down for the kill, and Mandy Air makes it 2-2, unless we have a replay. Nothing happening on the scoreboard, but it was called out, then in. And now it does. Not a replay. It is a kill for Mandy Air. Her first and Lyman's first of the match. Outside attack and a big swing by Gabby Harshman. Powell is down for and out of bounds, and point Lyman. 3-2 Eagles will get the Powell starters and rotation players momentarily, but back into play here. Set up to the middle, and a big swing by Paige Johnson. Gets for a zero attack outside to Mandy Air, and Lyman deep corner push. And a kill for Mandy Air. Nice start for Lyman, up 4-2. Powell's outside hitters goes as such. Sabrina Shootman, a senior, wears number 5, and Katie Wells wears number 2, also a senior. Gabby Harshman, a senior, and Rose Graft, a middle blocker, wearing number 9. Right side hitter Paige Johnson also sets, wears number 23, and is junior. Gabby Metzler, a senior. And the kill there for the middle blocker. Actually, for the setter, Gabby Metzler with a dump set over. And it's 4-3. Lyman up. This is an elimination game for the tournament. Just a best of 3 sets, and sets go to 21. Serve long and out of bounds by Katie Wells for Powell. Did we get everyone in? No, we did not. Michelle Wagner, whereas number 1 is the libero for Powell. That rounds it out. Hey, here's a good way to tell the two teams apart. Both wearing black jerseys, but with that highlighter green to yellow jersey is Sierra Heaton, or excuse me, the younger sister of Sierra Heaton, Raven Heaton, the libero for Lyman. So Lyman with that lime green, highlighter green libero jersey, and a kill from the middle. Madison Harris gets her first kill of the day. Serve over for Lyman, and it's Charles C. Rose with it. An ace for Charles C. 6-3 Lyman. Scoreboard brought to you by Benedict's Market and True Value. Ace for Rose. And set 1, 7-3. Back-to-back aces for Charles C. Nearly tripped up. Well, she was tripped up. Nearly went over the bench down on her side. Katie Wells diving and trying to make a little fist bump play up. And a quick timeout taken by Powell, losing 8-3 at the moment on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. This is a First Bank presentation of Lyman Eagles volleyball on mylocalradio.com.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Back here at Rawlins, the Rawlins Invitational for volleyball, a 3A state preview, 3-setter, 8-3 lead on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard for Lyman over Powell. You can watch the game live and online at mylocalradio.com. Charles C. Rose serving. Back-to-back aces for the young server, and this one is returned up. Outside attack, no, it's a middle. Gabby Harshman, and 4 hits as she knocked it into the net, the ruling. I did not see that. Looked like it went over, but it must have started to go over, then bounced back. 9-3 the score on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Rose serves it out of bounds, so 2 aces and a serving error for the sophomore server of Lyman. 6-2 formation for Powell employed here. That brings back to serve. New player into the game for the first time today. Bump set. No, it's a right side set. Over and hit by, is that Harris? I think that's Harris there. Hansen dumps it over. Back to Powell. Outside pushover, Sabrina Shootman. Air with the left hand, swings it down the line. Setter goes tumbling down to the ground. Gabby Harshman gets a bump set up, but it goes over the line, or over the net. Still playing, though, and double hit called against Powell. Gives Lyman the score. Maddie Fields in setting for Powell. And to the outside, it's Maddie Larson with the kill. (10-5) the score. Serving for Powell, Gabby Harshman. Harris with the first touch. It's a pass right up in front of her. A little roll shot on the cross court by Hansen. And the tip over by Larson, Maddie Larson. Gets back-to-back kills for Powell. 10-6 the score. Line drive serve over from Harshman, and at the net, a touchdown. In play for Rose Graft. 3-point run for Powell, within 3 of this contest. Harshman continues to serve. And an ace. Make it a 4-point run. Give it back to Harshman. Going back to serve. Picked up from Hansen. Bump set over to Harris, and then a backline attack from Mandy Air. Big run, 4 points in a row, and a middle attack. Pushed up, Rose Graft on the attack. Picked up by Lyman. Outside attack, 4 hits and a lift or something of that nature. Called 4 hits before the lift on Bryce Hansen. Make it a 5-point run, and it's 10-9 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard as Powell is climbing back against Lyman. Harshman serves under the net. Not into the net, under. Big miss there. Puts back Madison Harris to serve. Right side attack on Powell's end. That was picked up by Shootman. Out to Lyman. Hansen returns fire. Sharp cross. Shootman with the first touch. To the middle. It's Graft. It's dug out of the net by Lyman, but a lift called in the process on Kendall Dickerson. Well, look at this. A 1-point game. 11-10 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Powell down by 1 with Sabrina Shootman, the senior, with a jump serve, trying to tie it up. Air with the first touch up, and it's a good return. Back set. Dickerson is chasing it, and she shoots it into the net. We are tied. 11-11. This gold bracket semifinal action, as one team has already been eliminated. We're down to 7. We'll be down to 6 after this contest. Harris, bump set to Hansen, knocks it into the net. Lyman's had strings of high energy play of getting points after points, but then has had strings of not being able to get anything. That's kind of what happened in their second set when they nearly came back and defeated Pinedale in the second set, but then just got on the bad end of a slow run, and Pinedale finished them off in 2. 12-11, Powell leading and a block up. A great attack by Katie Wells, blocked by Dickerson. Tried again on Powell's side. This time she shoots it through a seam, and a kill for Rose Graft. 13-11 and a whistle blown for a timeout. Powell's fired up. Lyman looking for answers. We'll be back 13-11 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard on a First Bank presentation of Lyman Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
A big run for Powell as they lead at 13-11 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Serving run currently employed by Sabrina Shootman. It's Powell, the team on the left side of the net. Lyman on the right. Both teams in black jerseys. Powell serving to Lyman. Long and out of bounds. Mandy Air watches it sail back to the baseline where it spells out Rawlins Outlaws in white lettering. With the red backdrop, 13-12 the score. Lyman gets a point back out of the break due to the air. Serve over from Walker. Outside attack and a beautiful little tip into the space. Hansen with the touch up and the kill by Kendall Dickerson on Lyman's end for the point. First kill of the day for Dickerson. 4 kills in all for Lyman. 13 all on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Raven Heaton in at libero and serve over by Brooklyn Walker. Bump set up from Maddie Larson. A backline attack by Shootman. Here we go. Lyman to Hansen from Walker. It's tipped back down. Walker bumps it over. Inbounds just by a hair. Shootman with the first touch. Shoot outside. Fields attacks and gets it out to Wells, who was blocked. One touch over and back to Lyman's side. Walker tried to Hansen again. Beats the 2 blockers. Sharp cross. First touch up by Wells and a dump set over to the back corner. A pancake was up, but it is a replay called. Wow. A replay called on just a missed call. There is Mandy Air went diving, and she may have even got the pancake up, but it was certainly in bounds at that back corner. But a replay called, so a break for Lyman on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard as they would be down 1, but instead get a replay here. 13 all, 26 points in, only going to 21, and a shot into the net by Katie Wells gives the point to Lyman. It's a big 2-point swing there for Powell with the replay. Looked almost certainly in on that back right corner. Backline attack from Wagner goes to Mandy Air on Lyman's side. Brooklyn Walker goes to the outside setup. The set's a little bit off, but Bryce Hansen tools the block off the hands of Maddie Larson for her 3rd kill of the set. Actually, that's her first that I have. I have Mandy Air with 2 kills. And an ace serve by Brooklyn Walker. We're at 16-13. The break by Lyman has been fantastic. A 5-0 run coming out of the timeout called by head coach Brescia Hansen. Whatever was said has been working. And a comeback play for Powell. A block by Maddie Larson. Gives the point back to Powell. 16-14 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. 16-14. Serve over, Gabby Metzler. Bump up, Brooklyn Walker at the line. Touches it over to Powell's side. Try on the outside. 2 attackers go up. Katie Wells with the attack. Lift called on Lyman's end. 2 straight points for Powell. This a close first set. Into the late points because, again, we only go to 21 on the scoreboard in this tournament. And best of 3 sets. Walker to the middle. Dickerson shoots it down off the block. Got on top of it and a net touch called on Powell. Looks like it was against Paige Johnson. Point back to Lyman. 17-15 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Bryce Hansen with the serve. A line drive. Goes right side. The attack. Put up by Graft. Handled by Lyman. Try air with the left hand at the outside position. Deflected at the net by Johnson. And a little rollover shot by the libero. Wagner gets a kill. 17-16. Lyman still on top on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Powell serves over. Walker back sets to the middle. Dickerson. Cross court kill by Kendall. 18-16. Gives Lyman a crucial point and a candidate for the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the game. Outside shot up from Harshman. They move into their positions. Powell does as Lyman comes out for the attack. Dump over by Harris. Dump over on Powell's side. Back outside to air for Lyman. Tips over 2 blockers and touches it off the hands of Gabby Harshman for the kill. 3rd kill of the set for Mandy Air. 19-16 the score tally. Lyman on top. Near ace, but a good save up by Wagner on Powell's end. 3 bumps and over. Set up To the outside from Nelson to Air, cross quarter. Shootman returned it high. It goes off the basketball hoop, and it's picked up by Powell, and they return it over on three. Lyman out of system. They're running into each other right now. Diving save made by Powell at the middle. It was Wells. Three bumps and over again. Chance for Lyman to end it, though. Outside, Air off two blockers, and down for the kill. Paige Johnson could not get the block back down. 4 kills for Mandy Air in the set. And we are at set point number 1, 20-16 on the board. Serve out of bounds. Ooh, looked like a makeup call there. Maybe out on the far side, but it looked like it was just in on the corner. Not that the makeup call would really exist. It'd be more one of those universe makeup calls if it was, for the point that was taken away from Powell earlier. Mandy Air trying to end it. Middle attack on a high 2 set. Does just that. Not a kill, but Michelle Wagner bumps it over towards the bleachers, and it cannot be returned. A point, 21-16 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard, 21-16 the final. And we're on to set number 2 next on this first big presentation of Lyman Eagles Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Members of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union feel confident that our staff has your best interest in mind, confident that we acknowledge your financial needs, confident that we are always working hard to provide the best rates, best products, and the best service the industry can offer, and confident that we will always work with you to help achieve your financial goals. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
When you have any mechanical problems, always think of Reese Auto Service in Lyman first. Doug and the mechanics at Reese Auto Service work on everything from your lawnmower and snowblower to cars, trucks, farm and ranch equipment, and semis. You can also get tires for anything you need at Reese Auto Service. Always visit Reese first. You'll get great pricing and quality-friendly service. Reese Auto Service, 541 Highway 413, Lyman.
Both teams back out well. Lyman about to come back out. Powell out onto the court and breaking the huddle now, the Lyman Eagles. Time now to give out the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game. Quality, affordable dentistry close to home. And that goes to Kendall Dickerson with a cross-court kill to make the score 18-16. It was a back-and-forth game that Lyman and then Powell both had to climb out of holes, and it was very tight in those late points. But that cross-court kill for Dickerson put Lyman up 2. And they closed out with 3 more points, and that seemed to be the decider and the momentum shifter, the final one, to give Lyman the opening set win. Set number 2 just underway, and Bryce Hansen opens it up with a cross-court shot out of bounds untouched. For the point, Powell starts off on the attacking Air to get up 1-0. If you're interested, right after this, we will be switching streams, same page, different stream, on MyLocalRadio.com to Mountain View taking on Douglas in a gold bracket semifinal game. Mandy Air returns it up for Lyman. An outside attack. Hansen is blocked. Good backline defense by Madison Harris. Keeps it over on Powell's side, and sometimes that survive and advance mentality works as Powell can't bump it over themselves. And it's a point for Lyman. 1-1 on the board, brought to you by Benedict's Market and True Value. Serve into the net by Brooklyn Walker. And Powell leads it 2-1. Raven Heaton out, Madison Harris. Back in the backline defense. Brooklyn Walker outside to Hansen. Goes cross court on the block. And whoa, there's no call. It's in. It was out, then it was to the side, and now it's in. And I think she was deferring, maybe. Do we have a, what was the play? Did our line judge defer? It goes to Lyman. So the point to Lyman. And the kill for Hansen. Bryce serves. Over on Powell's side, a shoot over by Katie Wells. On to Lyman. Middle attack, Kendall Dickerson deflected on the block, stays on Powell's side. To the middle, it's deflected on Lyman. Push back over by Dickerson. One touch and a push over by Powell. And a kill there for Gabby Harshman on a 50-50 ball that went back to Lyman, back to Powell, and then finally landed on Lyman's end. 3-2 Powell on top on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Outside attack, Mandy Ayer had the hot hand in the first set, and she gets another kill here to start off the second. 5 kills in the contest so far for Mandy Ayer. Points were coming in droves in the first match for Bryce Hansen. In the second match, it's Mandy Ayer being able to find her space across the blockers, sometimes team by team or just swing by swing. One player seems to have it going. Attack outside again and give another kill to Ayer. It's 4-3 as Lyman has taken a 1-point advantage on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. The senior lefty playing outside hitter in Mandy Ayer. Powell shoots it over, and that was Shootman, I believe, on the attack up. Right side over, and it's pushed up by Paige Johnson. A flip over on Lyman's side, and Madison Harris with the point. Powell down by 2. Kendall Dickerson serving for Lyman. Lyman on the left side of the net in this second. Shootman tied on the net, a bad setup there, and kind of left Shootman out to dry as she tried to go from her right hand, her natural hand, to her left to push it over the net, but could not. 6-3 the score. Dickerson serves again. High return and into the net, an ace, let's call it that, for Kendall Dickerson. 7-3 Lyman. 4 aces in the match for Lyman so far. Serve receive was an issue against Rawlins for Powell and starting to become an issue again against Lyman. Outside, no middle attack. Harris goes off the block and gets the kill down. Gabby Harshman got her left hand pushed backward and bent a little bit on the power attack by Harris, and that is her 3rd kill of the contest. Timeout taken by Powell, and the score stands at 8-3 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard on this First Bank presentation of Lyman Eagles Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in...
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Play getting going quicker here, so it's in the first play, and Shootman shoots it down the line on a two-handed push from the outside position and gets the opening point. Coming out of the break this time for Powell, 8-4 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Lyman up 1-0, up 8-4 in the second set. And back to serve, it is Gabby Harshman. Oh, no, that's not. Take that away. That's Maddie Fields back to serve. Madison Harris, outside attack for the young Lyman Eagle, picked up on Powell's side. Larson goes long cross quarter from the right side, and it's out of bounds. 9-4, Lyman. Winner of this game takes on Warland at about 3:30 p.m. We will have a break in between, after the second game. I will have a short break. There'll be one more semifinal game of Rawlins taking on Pinedale for the other Gold Bracket Championship game. And then we will be back if Lyman holds on to win this one. They lead at 10-4 at the moment. Need to get to 21 in set number 2. And they will take on Warland about probably between 3:30 p.m. Ace serve on a high return that goes up into the stanchions, and the run continues. Charles C. Rose with her 3rd ace of the match. Had 2 last set. Leads 11-4. High return over and make it 2 aces for Rose. That back-to-back returns high up off the top of the roof. I guess the ceiling, it didn't quite. The ceiling keeps it from getting over the roof. 12-4 the score. Tied on the net. Push over. Inbounds. Point. And Harshman with the kill on a dump set over. Just desperation trying to keep it inbounds. 12-4 becomes 12-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Libero Michelle Wagner serving. Hansen with the first touch up for Lyman. To the middle. Air tries to terminate. And does not. It's out of bounds. 12-6. But the far line judge is keeping me on my toes. She goes in, then she goes out. Sometimes it's somewhere in the middle. Somewhere it's one hand. Serve over. Mandy Air with the serve. Oh, and it did go Lyman's way. So it was ruled out, but then I guess it became in. It was overruled by her. All right. Well, then that'd be another kill for, was it Mandy Air, I think? And then Bryce Hansen comes back with a kill of her own. Like I said, she's keeping me on my toes. She most certainly ruled out. But I think maybe she said something different. Either way, it's 14-5 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Outside attack for Powell. And a good one by Schutman. And it's Hansen, 10-foot line. Attack on her back feet, flat-footed. Kill out of system for Bryce Hansen. Fourth of the contest for her. 15-5. Again, Kendall Dickerson with our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game back in set number 1, and it looks like, as it was, the victory was uncertain for Lyman. That was a turning point, and it may end up proving that way. 15-5 this score. Another timeout taken. We will we'll keep it right here. We're probably not that far away from them coming back out onto the court. After this, we have Mountain View versus Douglas, and even if you're not a fan of either one of those teams and you're listening in right now, that may be an interesting one to check out, because Douglas with Allison Fertig and a whole lot more, they've got a great program together, and actually they have 3 players hurt still right now. They're looking pretty strong. They knocked off Warland in 3 sets. That was a tightly contested contest. And Mountain View proving to be a semifinalist in this 3A state preview, trying to get into the final match as well in the championship match. 15-5, we're back in underway, and an attack attempt by Bryce Hansen goes out of bounds, or actually into the net. And then out of bounds, but into the net's the problem. 15-6. Schutman with a powerful jump serve attack, pushed up by Air on Lyman's side. Hansen beats the block, and it's deflected at the net. Bump up from Wells to the middle. It's Rose Graft with the attack. Charles C. Rose on the first return, and Bryce Hansen gets the attack over. Dump set. Diving save made by Mandy Air. They do get an attack. It's Hansen off the block. Diving save made by Katie Wells. And we've got a good little bump and rally back and forth. Hansen again getting tired legs, and she wants to end it right there, and she does. 16-6 with another kill by Bryce Hansen. Beat the block by half a hair and only had a single blocker on her. 4 kills in the set for Hansen, 5 in the game. 16-6, Lyman leads it. Larson sets up to the outside for Katie Wells on Powell, out of system, but it works for a point. 16-7 the score on that Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. 9-point advantage and only 5 to go for Lyman. As for Powell, they're a little farther away, 14 away from forcing a third set to 15. Walker outside to Hansen, and a kill. Good cross-court shot by Bryce Hansen. 5 kills in the set for Bryce. Brooklyn Walker, the server for Lyman. 10-point advantage. 4 to go to end it for Lyman. The serve's over and in. Right side attack and a power shot down by Rose Graft, the middle blocker, hitting before she goes back to serve. That first opportunity, serve, receive, kill. 17-8 the tally. And Graft serves it into the net. Powell in no position to trade points. They're down 18-8 on the board, brought to you by Benedict's Market and True Value. Bryce Hansen serves. Line drive, ace off the hands of Sabrina Schutman. 19-8. Seems inevitable now that Lyman should close out. Serve over again by Hanson. On to Powell's side. Katie Wells pushes it over to the back left. Picked up by Heaton. Right side attack, and Emma Nelson goes into the net. 19-9. Powell down by 10. Push up by Hanson on the serve receive. Mandy Air to the outside. She had the hot hand in the first set, and she has 3 kills in this second set as well, but it's a 0 attack that time. 19-9 at the 10-foot line. Air tries it again down the line and out of bounds for the Air. 19-10. Powell hangs on for the moment. Lyman football program and Powell football programs also were in action yesterday. Both had wins, 38-7. Lyman defeated Kemmer, and Powell moved to 3-0 on the football season if you count that 0-week contest. And apparently this year they sort of are in the WHSAA as they were played as real games. Mandy Air with a little shoot through the block and a dump off kill for Air, her 4th of the set, 20-10. And it's match point number 1. Mountain View re-enters the gym, set to play in a moment. And a serve out of bounds by Kendall Dickerson puts Lyman at match point number 2. Douglas to the Powell side of the gymnasium, just out of view on our camera. They are Mountain View's opponent momentarily. Hanson to Walker, to the middle. Harris is blocked. Try it again for Lyman. Air winds up on the set, 4 hits on Lyman, 20-12. Maddie Fields serves for Powell. The lefty punches it over. Hanson with a good first return. Walker to the middle. Air to end it. No. Out of bounds on the attack. Too long. Match point number 4. Hanson on the bump up to Walker. Backline attack from Bryce. Ruled legal, 20-13 the score. Attack by Powell, picked up. And still playing. Fields with another save. And Harris to Walker, a dump set over. Takes him out of system. Puts them off on their back heels. And Brooklyn Walker ends it. 21-13 on match point number 4. 21-13 the final on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. We will take one break and come back and get set for the next match next on this First Bank presentation of Lyman Volleyball on MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them by far the best part of my job.
All right, so that does it for us as we have a 21-16 final, 21-13 on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard. Lyman defeats Powell and moves on to play Worland at 2 matches from now. So we've got Mountain View versus Douglas, Rawlins versus Pinedale, and then Lyman versus Worland again. If you would like to watch the next match, same page on mylocalradio.com. Just go ahead and refresh the page, get off, go to the stream, I think below where we are at right now. It's the Mountain View versus Douglas is what it will say, and we'll get that up. I will have that up within 2 minutes, and we'll be rolling and ready to play more gold bracket action. This is semifinal contest, Douglas versus Mountain View, coming up in just a bit. But the final here, Lyman defeats Powell and eliminates them in the 3A Rawlins invite in 2 sets on the Benedict's Market and True Value scoreboard.
The preceding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. We appreciate you tuning in to this MyLocalRadio.com exclusive of Lyman Eagles Athletics. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors and partners who make this all possible. And of course, thank you for tuning in. Check out our website for more information about future Lyman broadcasts, or like us on Facebook to stay up to date with the games. Until next time, go Eagles!